Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're doing something really exciting. We are going to completely pull back the curtain and reveal the hidden mechanics of exactly why certain skills pay significantly more than others. We're stripping away all the guesswork to look at the actual structural reasons behind high compensation. If you've ever found yourself wondering why some roles just seem to magically attract higher salaries, well, get ready, because we are going to completely change how you look at your career and the value you bring to the table.
Okay, let's dive right into this map of the hidden career economy. We'll be hitting the myth of hard work, the core logic of pay, the make, move, keep framework, hidden value engines, skill combinations, and finally, how to become a skill builder.
Section 1. The myth of hard work. Effort versus value.
I really want you to think about this question right now. Why do some skills command so much more money than others? Is it just because the person is naturally smarter? Are they working twice as many hours? Do they just happen to have a fancier degree? We so often assume that pay is just a direct reward for the sheer difficulty of a task. But is that actually true?
Well, here's the reality check. Most people honestly think pay equals hard work and sweat. But markets usually pay for something entirely different. They pay for your position in the value flow. It's kind of like a busy street vendor who's constantly hustling, right? Versus a shop that literally controls a major supply route. Both are working incredibly hard, for sure, but the one connected to a bigger flow of value can just charge more. The market isn't paying for how hard a skill feels. It's paying for exactly where that skill sits within a system.
Moving on to Section 2. The core logic of pay. Basically, the rules of the game.
Look, high pay is absolutely not a reward for just being busy. It is compensation for moving something valuable, scarce, and difficult to replace. A skill pays well when it lines up with 4 specific properties. It solves an expensive problem, it changes a genuinely important outcome, it's hard to replace, and it creates leverage. Everything else is honestly just decoration.
Let's look at a really vivid example to put this into perspective. Imagine fixing a tiny drip under your bathroom sink versus, stopping a massive high-rise from completely flooding. Both are plumbing repairs, right? Both require tools and physical effort, but the market prices them completely differently. And why is that? Because expensive problems create room for higher pay. A skill becomes highly valuable when the problem it solves costs real money, time, customers, or safety. You're being paid for your impact on costly outcomes.
And then we have leverage. Leverage is basically when one person's work influences way more than one person's worth of output. It's exactly like a single key opening many doors. If you can improve a process by, say, 10% across a whole business, you create exponentially more value than someone who simply works 10% harder on a single isolated task. That broad, sweeping reach, that's exactly what companies gladly pay a huge premium for.
And honestly, we absolutely cannot forget this massive multiplier, trust. Just like a bridge is valued not because it looks pretty, but because people actually trust it to hold weight, certain skills pay highly because people trust the outcome. If a skill involves heavy judgment, big responsibilities, or navigating uncertainty, trust literally becomes part of the value. 2 people can have the exact same technical knowledge, but the one trusted with the heavy consequences, they're going to get paid more.
Section 3. Make, move, keep. The 3 main skill buckets. Every high-paying skill out there basically does one of 3 things. It either helps make money by attracting value and bringing in revenue. It helps move money by increasing efficiency, scaling output, and amplifying value. Or it helps keep money by defending value, managing risk, and preventing expensive leaks. Make, move, keep. Honestly, it's really that simple.
Section 4. The hidden value engines. It's all about your position in the system.
Think of any business as having this hidden map. The skill itself matters, obviously, but its proximity to the core engines matters just as much. If your skill is near revenue, cost, risk, growth, or crucial decisions, your pay naturally goes up. Why? Because you are standing right next to the levers that dictate the life or death of the company. A skill far removed from these engines, no matter how insanely difficult it is to learn, simply has a lower ceiling for compensation.
Section 5. Skill combinations. The ultimate multiplier effect. Technical ability on its own is great, sure, but technical skills plus communication? Now that creates usable ideas. You see, businesses do not reward isolated intelligence. They reward useful intelligence. Useful intelligence smoothly moves through a system to actually change outcomes. Connecting different parts of a system makes you disproportionately valuable. Here's another perfect example. Sales ability gets a deal closed, but sales plus judgment, that ensures the absolutely right deal gets closed, not just some random outcome that might actually hurt the company later. You aren't just adding one skill to another here. You are creating an entirely new, deeply scarce capability.
Bringing it all together, there are really 9 core high-paying skill profiles, everything from creating demand and producing assets to handling complexity. Notice how they aren't just random? They all tie straight back into our central system. They either find value, build leverage, protect against risk, or speed up decisions. Combining these expressions, like, say, building systems while also moving information quickly, turns you into an absolute powerhouse of market value.
Finally, Section 6. Become a skill builder. It's time for a mindset shift.
Consider this your brand new mental diagnostic checklist. We need to stop just collecting random job titles or the latest trending software certifications. Before you invest your precious time in a new skill, ask yourself, does it directly touch revenue, cost, or risk? Is it genuinely scarce in the market? And does it actually create leverage beyond my own immediate time? If the answer is yes, well, you're building true economic value.
So the absolutely crucial point here is this. High pay comes from being close to valuable outcomes. That is the golden thread running through everything we've discussed today. The closer you position yourself to the outcomes that matter most to an organization, the more highly compensated you're going to be.
I'm going to leave you with this final provocative thought. Take a really hard look at your own daily tasks right now and your own skill set. Are you just putting your head down and doing the hard work, hoping someone eventually notices the sweat? Or are you strategically positioned exactly where the value flows? The system is no longer hidden from you. Now the choice of where you place yourself within it, well, that's entirely yours. Keep learning, keep positioning, and thanks so much for joining me on this explainer.